Welcome back. We have with us Fred Woehl. He has been here many times to talk about horses and all your world travel and that type of thing, and we're glad to have you back today.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
You want to talk about horses, Mustangs?
Well, first thing, I need to bring you up to date.
Please do.
Last year, I was appointed to the National Wild Horse and Burro Advisory Board.
And that's
that's where we go and advise the Bureau of Land Management the best way to take care of these wild horses and burros that are in the 10 western states, you know.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And but this last year they appointed me board chairman. So not only am I a member, I'm a chair of the board, and so that's quite an honor. So I have to come up with the agenda and the focus of each meeting.
What, and how often do they meet and where?
Well, this last meeting I was in 2 weeks ago, we met in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why we went there was we had an adoption. And you'd be surprised how many people don't know about adoptions, how to adopt one of these wild horses. So that's why we had it there, so we could introduce people on how to take one of these horses home.
There are no wild horses running around in Ohio.
No. The only wild horses that are there are the ones that are trucked in.
Brought in. And where's most...
I'm sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Where is the region that most of these wild horses are?
Well, the biggest part of the horses are in 10 western states and burros. The the largest number would probably be in Nevada. And the largest number of burros are in California.
Really?
Yeah. And so
you truck them into like Ohio or wherever, and then people can adopt them?
Right. Gathers, you know, when the horse population gets too big, gets large, they will have a gather or a roundup, and those horses that are rounded up are the ones that are offered to the public. Yeah. These are the same horses that I go get and take to Silver Dollar City every fall.
Yeah. Are you doing that again this year?
Yes, I'm doing it again this year.
And what's the date?
I've got pictures of the horses I've got. I just picked them up last week. It's from September the 12th through October the 31st.
Okay. Well, let's you keep that up. Let's look at some of those pictures.
I want to know where they stay. Like with you, I mean, do you take them to your farm? What do you?
These three horses here. Yeah, I actually train them, so they're going to be trained when I take them because I use them in my show. I mean, they have they have over 350,000 folks come through there to look at these horses. So I got to have them where they're not crazy.
They got to be in tip-top shape.
Yeah, look at them. I mean, that they are hairy and they're skinny. There's the three of them right there, and they're beautiful horses. All of them little girls, and come up in September and see them. You're going to be really good. And we've got a brand new program that and I'm really happy about this because I had a part in this. It's called America's Mustang. And we have a video. There isn't any talking on it. One of my big efforts is to educate people because there's about 100,000 of these horses. There's 50,000 of them in long-term care, and there's another 50,000 still running range, and it's a drought out there right now. And water is important in the West. And so, we got to educate the people that when they look at 400,000 acres out there, people in the East think it's 400,000 acres like it here, like they're 40 acres right next to them, and eat grass, all the water they can. It's not that way. Here, we do a cow-calf per 3 acres. Out there, a cow-calf is on 60 acres. It takes 60 acres to do that and water. And one of the people forget that the reason why there is so much public land, because we had the Homestead Act, where you could go out there and you could homestead 160 acres. The reason why no people homesteaded is they couldn't make a living on it. So it's not real good land.
And could survive. Probably.
Right. And water is the big thing. So this new program that we're coming up with this year, it's going to be really big. It's going to push education on people, and we got a video that they're
going to rack that up, and we'll play that whenever they get ready.
Show, and there isn't any talking in this video. It's good.
Okay.
But there is music.
I'm not sure if I hear music or not. Anyway, we can talk through this.
Okay.
Where is this?
Well, this was filmed in the 10 states, and one of the big aspects of this, there's a brand new movie out called Unbranded, where 4 guys took 10 wild horses and rode from the south to the north.
Oh, wow.
From the Mexican border to the
Canadian border, yeah.
Canadian border. And it's a big film coming out about Unbranded.
Is it a documentary?
Yes. Well, it's
Okay.
it's a documentary movie, and it's really, really
They're
good.
beautiful.
Oh, they're very pretty.
And this is in their wild state
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
So if you were to drive out there or go out there, that's what you would see. You wouldn't see any other kind of...
If you could see them. I mean, I was out
Yeah.
in Wyoming last summer. I spent a week out there. And I went to all the horse management areas that was there, and there was one that's about 600,000 acres, and we drove all day and saw 6 horses.
Wow.
Because, see, they
that's-
are scattered.
Yeah.
And here,
Water is a big thing. This is training.
you have to, I guess, gain their trust.
Well, you have to gain their trust. You have to understand that they are, they're used to herd behavior, and so you have to think like a horse.
Well, you're the man to do
I
that.
never make my horses do anything. I always ask my horses to do something because that's what they do in the wild. And from that point on, it's just a good thing. Them 3
What a
horses
beautiful
that
sight
you,
right there.
oh, isn't that nice? But look at the large number of them.
Wow.
And so, and this is, that's a gather right there. They use helicopters because it's so broad and so big, and it's a safe way of doing it.
Well, and you could see the landscape. Well, here the landscape screen, but you could see where it wasn't.
Well, now what that is on what they call a long-term care pasture.
Okay.
Okay.
So they've
And-
already been gathered.
Yeah, they've been gathered. Now, there they are on the open range. You can see how. I mean, there's not much out there.
No, there's not.
There's not much out there.
And
at
and
all
I
for
think
them.
about, you said about water, but there's no shade.
No shade at all. No
Wow.
shade at all. And each state that have these horses is a little bit different as far as what they allow the government to use and all that. So it's
So
really
you have
tough.
to deal with different state laws
Different
too.
state laws, and like in the state of Nevada, the U.S. government cannot own any water. It's all state-owned. It's that's just it's a
It's
different world
state-owned.
out there. It's
Wow.
Hey,
don't.
you were telling me it's against the law in some states to gather rainwater
to gather
off your
rainwater,
roof
to gather rainwater off your roof because you're taking it away
from the water table,
from
from it going into the ground.
going into the
Seriously?
ground and going into the creeks
Wow.
and the rivers and all. Yeah, it's a big issue out there, and we back here in the East don't ever think about that. I mean, we just and we beat up the Bureau of Land Management because of them managing these horses, but we never give a second thought to what they have to manage with.
Yeah.
And it's
True.
tough. It's
So
tough.
is there an epidemic at times when there's way too many horses out there?
Right now,
Right now.
there is way too many horses.
Okay.
And it would have been too graphic for me to show you, but I saw I've got a picture of a dried up water hole and 63 dead horses.
Oh.
Oh,
And
man.
see, that's sad, and that's what's going on out there. So trying to find homes for these horses is what, and is what we need to do, and that's what I want to do. That's why I take those 3 horses
Yeah.
and do my shows.
Well,
up
tell
at
me about that
Silver
show.
City.
People, I've not gone
Well,
up there
you
to
need
see
to
it.
come.
Well, I
Yeah, we
will.
do.
I will. Tell us about what you do.
Well, I do three 30-minute shows a day, so I can't do an awful lot in 30 minutes. I generally talk about the horses, what's going on with the horses, and I demonstrate what these 3 horses that I have can do, and and a little bit of how I go about doing it. And then people adopt them. They get to take these horses home from them
Right then.
at the end of the show.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
At the end of the show, so they get a nice trained horse that's ready for them to
Yeah.
go on further. The horses get a good home. People understand more about this problem, and it's a win-win-win.
Yeah.
Win for the horse, win for the people that gets the horse, and win for the Bureau of Land Management.
Yeah.
When someone goes through the adoption process, will they always end up with a trained horse?
No,
or not
no,
necessarily
no,
so.
not
It just
necessarily
happens
so.
to be that
like
you.
these are the 3 that I used. Like that one we went in Ohio, those horses were not touched. They
Wow.
were wild, and so It is, you know, it's something that you need to have a little bit of knowledge or have a friend that has a little bit of knowledge to give you a hand with
Definitely.
them.
Yeah.
Because they are
They're wild.
wild.
So the three that you have are going to be up at Silver Dollar City,
Right.
and hopefully you'll have them adopted during that time.
I have no doubt.
No doubt.
I mean, this will be the 7th year I've been up there, and I've not had any trouble getting any. I mean, it's
Yeah.
they just go real home.
Yeah.
They just go to homes all the time.
Yeah. So you'll be up there.
September and
September.
October at the National Craft Festival
Okay,
and
yeah.
Cowboy Festival.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And they're really, really good.
Well, good
Cool. Maybe you should come back if you can.
I
before
will.
Then.
I will. I would love to do that. And
Bring my ticket and-
Talk a little bit more about that. No, y'all just come up. I'll get you in. I know people.
Oh.
I know people. Oh, goodness. Have we got time for me to end
We do. We've got
with a poem?
yeah. Give us a poem. That's always
Okay,
a
all right,
crowd
all right.
pleaser.
You know, there's nothing like a Mustang between your knees, one that's light to the rein and willing to please. Together as one till the day is done. On a Mustang, I'll find my way home. The world is brighter when I'm up on this throne that's strapped to the top side of muscle and bone. Beneath me a friend on whom I depend. On a Mustang, I'll find my way home. You know, luck is fickle and the day is long. Danger is quick and the cattle are strong, but married in movement, purpose, and song. On a Mustang, I'll find my way home. When my trails have ended on this earthly plane and the angels above, they call out my name, please carry me away on a good solid gray. On a Mustang, I'll find my way home.
That's good.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that's a good place to end the show, I think.
You betcha.
Thanks for being here, all of you out there watching the show, and check out Crawdad Days next weekend. And if you have a mind and you want to go up and see an interesting person at Silver Dollar City and learn all you can think about horses, Fred will be up there, and you give him a conversation. And check him out. Check the horses out.
Thank you.
Maybe
Thank you. I
you'll
appreciate
get smitten like he is with all sorts of.
Oh, horses.
Horses.
You know, I just can't say enough about them.
Yeah.
You know, they fill that hole that you have. Mm-hmm. And, you know,
And we all have a hole to fill.
Yeah, yeah. And
Certainly do.
girls are born with a horse gene. I'm serious
They
about
love
this.
it. They love
all
horses,
girls
yeah.
love horses, and it's up to that girl's daddy to nurture that horse gene. And daddies don't do that very well. A lot of them don't. And here's a chance for dads to step up to the plate.
There you go.
And help their little girl nurture that horse gene.
There you go.
Thanks, Fred.
Thank you all for
Appreciate
having
it.
me. I
Appreciate
appreciate
it.
you all.
Thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll see you again next time around right here on 726 Harrison, Arkansas. Thanks for watching.